Not a tragedy. I calculated my father was tapped to exert. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand. I'm here for you. Always.
Go on up. Pay Gortash a visit.
Stand down, villain. Aggressive action will not be tolerated. The steel...
Dearest patriarchs...
My father.
My friend, forgive the cold. Lord Enver Gortash. I understand, You know, the quakes are... I expect next. Not the most... to get...
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
Doesn't... With Ketherick, she only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. She's targeted me as well. If Orin obtained... I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city. I'd like to... Furthermore, Thormstoke. Together...
And... my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to. Like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not...
Then let it be writ by the Black Hand. Let me demonstrate. Your camp is compromised. Who, I can't say.
An imposter?
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly. Or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. First, or next, in such... Next, the faithful will do anything in the name of their god. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. But you will follow me. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard.
Enver Gortash.
I swear.
Swearest thou? Gathered guests. Grant ye consent, Enver Gortash.
My friends, and you on...
What did I tell you?
I've had enough, Mizora.
Your attention, little pup. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated. Rude. I'm just an impartial observer.
Shit.
Your dad's good as... Or...
You know something.
I know enough.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? Certainly not. But we'll have answers. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown.
But perhaps a mint wine. My palate needs cleansing. Though, I'm growing quite fond.
This area isn't open for... Inside.
This is the armory, not a bloody open house. Trade. This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Fine. Keep your boots on. That lot of you.
We broke down the door.
The guard is
Bathed in a 10-day. Eat all the onions. Old man Otto. Back here again. Cell stinks like an old cabbage.
Welcome to Worms Rock Prison. The fifth nail, second cell on the right. And you tell him, no seconds for supper. Hang on, I'll let you through.
Well, in you go.
And don't feed the prison.
Traitor, no two ways about it.
You're too late. It's over.
By Avernus. Floric.
You don't get it. I came seek empty. He's spoken. I'll be
The hell's with that. Nothing is over. Not while I still draw breath.
When the people need a miracle.
Father's words.
Indeed. No more sulking. I know what to do. And I can unlock my cell. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, hurry.
Couple turns should do it.
witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cell.
Don't see ways about it. Those absolute cultists.
Swift as my feet can carry me. Death won't take me.
On the victor's path. Fleet of foot.
What do I have to lose?
Blade will not bend. 2 steps at a time. Favors the fearless. Might will prevail.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Keep focused. We can talk once. This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage.
It's the least we could do. Your faith in this city should inspire us all.
When the flames roared loudest, you pulled me to safety. I will travel to the upper city. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands.
I'm here for you, always.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Let's rehearse this one more time. Pretend I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the house.
Look at you. Judging you. Don't like it.
I'm not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the Steel Watchers to theirs.
Better than nothing. Hells! Not this again.
Rain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
Ah! Thank you for the lift, my friend.
Thank you very much indeed. Ta-ta!
By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city must surrender. All livestock is now property.
If Ravengard trained the fish proper, not turning a blind eye.
He really won't feel it.
No.
You see an altar dedicated to Mistra.
Welcome to the lower city, where Baldur's Gate truly comes alive. Are you sure? The blade stands at the... and just...
The bustle. Still, we must flow with the current we find ourselves in, however tumultuous it may be. If you've... With pleasure.
You see an altar dedicated...
Whatever you want with this idol, I prefer we make it quick. Not sure I'm comfortable catching Mistra's eye, even if it is made of stone. Trust me, it'll take a lot more than a few gold pieces and some fervent thoughts to convince Mistra to break her silence. On my account, commune with her as you see fit. I've no wish to stand between you and any inspiration she might deign to offer.
Mistra, mother of all magic, is the... Even though you do not follow her, you feel her power resonating from the statue. She is the one true spell at the heart of all spells. The weave could not be in better hands. Your offering is accepted, but more evidence of devotion is required.
What's on your mind?
Unless Lord Gortash tells us otherwise, we will be protected. And know that those who oppose Lord Gortash...
Speaks well, that end.
Some tavern. I wonder if my old things are still there.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's still watch? Well, I am so glad you are.
I was joking. Armies marching on the city. What else is there to know?
Don't be smart with me.
Don't spend your gold in them, eh? Bastard
you have information about... Let your knowledge...
Keep your hands to... Set foot in a restricted area.
No one stopped me yet.
You've been caught trespassing. Again.
Let's move. Things have stayed interesting.
This is hardly the time for idle banter. The annals of Carsus are here, waiting to be read.
Watch how you go. There's a trap. Trap. Be cautious. Cursed to put my hands on everything. Trap. Be cautious. Clown's arm. Dribbles is no doubt. Here we go. How you go?
This is hardly the time for idle banter. The annals of Carsus. The truth of the crown, I hope. All that stands... This isn't what I expected. This is much more. The crown of Carsus. And this is no mere journal. It contains Carsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood. Not from scratch. Unless you happen to have several pounds of the purest Netherese metals in that pack of yours. Don't worry. I'm not asking you to surrender anything else on my account. What's called for here is something altogether different. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Carsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it. To every end you can imagine. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them. I don't know. Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice but to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control. Carsus's successor. Perhaps they deserve to be challenged. Ambition is not a sin. To question the powers that rule us is not treason. We must at least try. I'm glad you can recognize this for it's our future that I'm... For now, here's your tome back. It proved to be even more valuable than I ever could have imagined. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Ramazith, Elminster, Silverhand, Karsus. Each door named after a powerful wizard. But what lies behind them?
How can I help? I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be in the camp for...
I'm here for you. Always. That's the spirit. I'm here for you. Always.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. One grand victory may not... That is where I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. As am I. I can scarcely imagine life without your company now. And, forgive me, the Shadow Curse occupied I've been, but honestly, you've surpassed.
Baldurs Gate, city of steel and justice.
Does he say anything about the horrible present of Baldurs Gate? City of crime and chaos?
No, he mostly avoids that topic.
What did we think of the stories?
There's figures hiding in the foliage.
Don't want to get wet.
Might be a trap.
So we're not friends anymore. I'm not talking to you until you get it back. Shut up. Not if I stop talking to you first. The Dread Lord calls.
A bright idea.
Well, so much for peace. Try me.
Murder be his sacrament!
I'll strike you down.
The Dreadlord calls!
With haste.
Quick! Must be quick! This mind is small, fragile. Listen now.
Entering her mind.
Do not waste time. This mind we learn. Necromancer, dead. You have a place in... What? What?
A hero at heart.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Bloody hells! Who were that lot? And the captain?
At least things have stayed interesting.
You don't. You're just as rich as the day I married you.
You appear to be lost, dear. I specialize in fashion, not potato sacks. Well, That shouldn't be. A certain level of class is expected by my clientele. Well, the feeling is decidedly mutual. Her wares, if she would just accept my offer to work here. If looks could kill, Lord Gortash would have already... Well, Carmen can... Make haste. I have a very busy day of... Very good, ma'am. Now remember...
Sharp as ever.
What to do?
I'm here for you, always.
Tempers are rising.
Don't mind if I do.
Master isn't paying you extra to come up with slogans, you know.
Interference with flaming fist property will be dealt with swiftly.
Don't tell our writers that.
We give thanks to you.
Speaks well, when it comes, I'm going to play with the kitchen cats. I don't care what anyone says.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat, if you can find... With all this, I reckon the murder would had something to do with it too. If we get you... You can have the whole upstairs floor until this. Top floor's all yours. We only have it.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of emporiums, Sorcerer's Son. I trusted he would be Cassos as pestilent. Perhaps now...
What are you saying?
Mistra, no. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
Mistra's willing to speak to me again?
She knows. Looking at you.
The past is the past, Elminster. And the future is... well...
If there is another way, trust in your...
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn... It's obvious when you stop to think about it. Not scared, not yet. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. After you.
am I needed?
Let's move.
Mistra wants to meet Gale. Impressive. The only thing a god's ever offered me is a cold shoulder. Are you sure? The blade, and just when...
Poor Gale. But Mr. is wrong about him. Perhaps he could...
Ugh, that pointy-headed old fart talks too much. But if he still believes in Gale, the boy should not be overly concerned what his ladylove thinks. God, it seems that if perhaps we... I have not... Tell me.
The name is as familiar as Jaheira's own.
But few know of his... Minsk is a... And the last time I saw him... Before we have... What we thought... We might have... It was scary. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world take... So don't be... In fact, but it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need... I'm not asking for promise. Oh, the point... I'll have a better...
Be honest. What do you think of the new look? Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll... Poor Gale. I hope he knows that a goddess abandoning him needn't be the end.
The mother of...
So, Mistress requested a chat with Gale. I do hope it goes well. We've pissed off enough gods already.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Of course.
Interference with flaming fist property.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mistra.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the...
Gale's right. The very...
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mistra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Not the message one hopes to receive. When I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. For a wizard, to have the love of the goddess of magic herself, it was intoxicating. During my time, alas, recent events have rendered the summoning channel Mistra has provided is one only I can enter. No matter how much I prefer not to face her alone. You'd make a fine I think it's best I keep a cool head go. I'll let Mistra show her flight. I'll only be gone for a matter of... Wait for me.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute.
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover. My chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity. Nor the fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born... You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite that it entered your body and consumed no more. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. With each day that passes, the elf... If you will not use the orb to end this...
Great ask indeed.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see.
The Karsite weave. The orb is no... Of course I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforged the crown, the... So do I. Let me assure you, it is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder. By me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you? Gods! It's all we need to do is...
This too dangerous even for Mystra. But I would sooner trust it with a god than with Gale. That's the spirit.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But...
Far from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mystra. But I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for it.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think. I do not... He must give it to her when the time comes, or his last...
So, Gale's... Who'd want to hold a power like the crown of Karsus in their hands? I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course.
What's on your mind? I regret many things. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the devastation.
And here I go.
Bless them with the strength to endure, and the courage to... Faithless... You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? Of course, my child. Within limits. Behold my wares.
couple turns should do it.
Whatever's behind that.
Transcript of a conversation with Archduke Gortash.
What's he got to say for himself?
Brilliant future of Baldur's Gate, city of steel and justice.
Does he say anything about the horrible present of Baldur's Gate? City of crime.
No.
Same.
So an amulet of absolutist rebuttal. Maybe an enchanted ring.
Had to work some bunces. But I know you spend your wages on it.
I suppose they've got armies to deal with.
Not a thought for their neighbours. We have to go back to the counting house. What were you thinking?
Don't be a dry shite. No one will.
I think even they'd have their work cut out for them.
The pride of the gate.
What do you think happens to the Albrights anyway?
The pride of the gate.
No time to rest?
Defender of the people.
It's much safer this side of the city.
Should have at least locked the place up properly before they left.
Let's get going.
Do you hear those noises coming out the old fireplace?
Louder than...
What's that?
This is a ritual killing. And the murderer wanted it found. Be wary. This place, a foot smeared with paint. Among other things. This must belong to Dribbles. I can crack that open.
this is good enough for a buccaneer, it's good enough for me.
That's curious.
Oathbreaker.
Sorore. Come, sisters. Be my notum sit in beato.
Holy hells.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hell.
Enough, Mizora.
How else, sister? Inferno. Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone. Yet no contract is end. With option 1, I show you the way. Option 2, I break. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole.
Choose.
You damned wreck. Do it then. Claim my soul for Zariel. Keep my father safe.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beato. Seems you've got a new mission. He's locked in a very lucky. You know what? Not for the.
Twice, Mizora. But my father will live. We will return the Grand Duke to his people. And forever a devil's leash will... Sometimes, the hells will take my soul. I'll make my peace with it. I have once already, after all. Besides, there's no time to wallow in self-pity. More than anything, we should hurry to this mystery prison and retrieve my father. Before Mizora This prison's in the lower city. Let's move. We will knock him out if we need to.
Your skull vibrates.
Bring me to your Duke. I will shield him, as I shield you.
Why would you do that?
Better to bring him into the fold than to leave you distracted by regret.
Well then, I'm not... Anything more we should discuss? I'm here for you, always.